Welcome along, everybody. It is time to cast your eyes onto nothing but pure racing for the next 40 minutes here from MMS Round 5. As the championship continues to hot up, we could not be at a better venue than the historic Silverstone Circuit, one of the greatest racetracks ever built. Hosting the first ever Formula One race in 1950, and with iconic corners such as Copse, Stowe, and of course Maggots and Beckett and Chapel, its unforgettable layout is one of the best to conquer. The British weather has remained calm and we have dry skies above us just as we had in the FJ race, so let's go down to Kai, who has the grid order.
I have a bizarre grid order for you. So on pole position, you have Joseph Murray smashing it, absolutely smashing it for the home Grand Prix, for the home crowd, and for the home team pretty much. P2 is Marco Carangul, who has set the same lap time as Joseph Murray, just a bit later, giving us the Jerez 1997 vibes in the qualifying session. Down the rest of the grid, we have James Smith, Richard Johnson, Evelyn Toogood, Sean Halstead, Jakub Kubiusek, Timo de Jong, Markus Sittigre, Michał Waliak, Mateusz Mathieu, Olivier Zage, Kai Eugene, Francisco Pereira, Michael Teller, Shane McHugh, Jack Agnes. Yes, that's how I pronounce it. Jack, if you say it's not how you pronounce it, I will slaughter you. Willem de Sturman, Q Biankowski, Einar Arons, Dinesh Kaltakan, Patrice Jans, Alex Jones, and Kawata Chinami, who rounds off the grid. I just want to say the power outage was not my fault, and if you say so, that I rigged this championship, I will boot you. Anyways.
Alright, thanks for the grid order then. So, we're waiting for the lights to come on. Here they come now, don't worry, all five will come on at once. There they are. And we're underway here at Silverstone, and it looks like a good start from Joseph Murray, but Carragher's got a slightly better one. He's going to pull up alongside coming in towards Abbey at the first corner. Is everyone going to make it through safely? It seems that way. Everyone's made it through unscathed, no front wings flying off or anything as we come into Village now for the first time and into the loop.
Too good.
Front wing. It's Evelyn Toogood in the McLaren, has lost the front wing and she's holding up an absolute train of cars behind her. What has happened to the McLaren? She's fresh from the victory last weekend at Hockenheim. It's all gone wrong at the start here for the McLaren team. Well, Murray's still in the race, but look at the train of cars she's holding. I lost it at turn one, so we missed this.
So, she just rams into
Richard Johnson.
There was
he's done very well to hold that on the road.
Yeah.
It's really good car control from him.
Look at this.
He's on board with the Renault. Yeah. He was gonna. There was space on the outside. And Halstead having Halstead also hitting into Toogood.
But I mean it's just one collateral.
And look at the absolute train of cars holding up behind. We got Francesco Pereira,
Michael Teller.
Michael Teller's into 10th place, having started 15th. What a start from him, and look at the people like Pereira.
3 wide. I think that's Sage.
They're 3 wide here in Luffield. Unbelievable stuff because they're all getting backed up behind the McLaren, but meanwhile the front, we're going side by side at Copse between Carragher and Murray. Smith's got a better exit than Carragher, and now going towards Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. Is he going to be able to overtake the Mercedes? Not quite. The Mercedes holds its ground. And into Beckett's now. And
Teller is attacking Waliak for position as there we have, oh dear.
We have an absolutely enormous train of cars.
Agnes sends it, doesn't work.
There's around the outside of Shane McHugh as the HRT loses a place, and now onto the hangar straight, the longest straight on this circuit.
Teller on the outside.
Teller overtaking Michał Waliak for 9th position.
He's flying in his home Grand Prix. This is unbelievable.
HRT is absolutely flying, as you say. And now Kai Eugene's going down the inside of Waliak and holds it around the outside, and into Club now has got a lead. But at the front, Joseph Murray has maintained his lead over Marco Carragher in second. Smith has got a very hungry Richard Johnson behind him. He's got a really good run through Albion Farm, and maybe he's going to go down the inside of Carragher coming into Village. Yes, he is. Sort of shoving him a bit wide, but Carragher holds his ground. Hectic stuff at the start here at the front. We already have a 7-8 car fight for the lead.
Exactly, as that goes 3 wide.
And they're going 3 wide in the background. That's a really poor run from the Renault of Richard Johnson, who's dropping down to 7th,
nearly sends it onto Kubiusek as now Carragher for the lead, and now Smith also for the lead.
Smith has gone through the middle. He's gone through the middle of them. He's going to maybe lead here. He's side by side with the Mercedes through Woodcut and onto the whole start finish straight.
He's not going to hold it.
Is more preferable, but can he hold on to this? Coming into Copse corner.
No.
Not quite. Carragher goes around the outside. And look at the one Marcus Littlegrove has. He's going to try and overtake Joseph Murray here as well. Absolutely insane start to this race. And Michael Teller's caught these guys.
Teller is fighting for the lead.
Murray is better on the exit, but let's have a look on Walter Swift. He saw a gap and went for it. He's far behind this lot. They go for the fight. And now coming into Lovefield.
A bit of a punch to Carrigal and
senses an
just
opportunity.
slices himself through.
Carrigal does very well to hold on to that. Marco Carrigal takes the lead of the race. On the start-finish straight.
I mean, it was smart from Smith to not go for the move too much, because it could have ended worse.
He could have taken a bit more speed, but yeah, just playing it safe as we've got the Ferraris going side by side through Chapel.
And there's Tamer de
also
Jong.
in that is Tamer de Jong and also Richard Johnson and Michael Teller. Johnson's lost 4 places on this one lap. As we now come into Stoke Corner, Johnson going around the outside of the Mercedes of de Jong. And he's done it. He's got past before they even get to the Vale chicane.
The Mercedes team was Michael Riggs very vocal about his disappointment with Tamer de Jong. He's not happy about the Dutchman's regression, you could say, in performance. He was a championship leader, and now he's just not having a lot of pace, is he?
He didn't have a very good Jerez. He didn't have a very good race
Hockenheim.
at Hockenheim at all at the team's home race.
Yeah.
And now we come to Thorsten. He's running okay. He's still, of course, trying to improve, but at the moment, not in the position I think the Mercedes team boss wants. I mean, look where his teammate is in first position.
Marco Carrigal absolutely smashing with this, Smith.
It might not be first position for very long, as here comes the Red Bull of Smith on the inside of Brooklands.
And he has the more preferable limit as Murray.
Murray's gone through the gap, and unlike Smith, has been able to pull off the overtake, and Joseph Murray's picked up 2 places
And now
in one corner.
Halstead harassing the Red Bull of Littlegram.
Halstead and Littlegram side by side. It looks like Littlegram, he's holding on to 5th place. He's holding on to 4th place finally, but it's going to come to an end, surely. No, he's done it. He's held the Cops corner on the inside.
And now Carrigal may be sending it on to Smith, and Maggots and Beckett's no. Smith immediately
closes
cuts
the
him off.
door very late and very aggressive there. That's what we like to see.
It's a bit surprising seeing from the Luxembourgish driver. He seems to be one of the more composed and calm drivers. Is now Aaron's tries to send
Aaron's scoring points in
Look at
this
this
easy
train.
race. There's an enormous train of cars because they can't pull away because they can't stop battling. And now Joseph Murray has got the Red Bull filling his mirrors. He's a bit later on the brakes coming into Vale, but he's not quite got the distance to
now through
Murray to
club,
make the
a
move.
flat out turn, just testing how much force he can put into the cars. There's a Toro Rosso very wide.
Indeed, as Michael Teller has
That's
already been
Olivia
to hold up a couple
Sage.
people.
Teller still defending a single point. He scored
from
points
the
last time, so
Kai Eugene has managed to creep his way into 9th, and if Teller can keep holding those guys up, Eugene will have a very nice gap, as now he's Carrigal and Smith very close together. Coming through Aintree, Smith
And
gets a
look
better
at
run. Look
Littlegram.
at Marcus Littlegram. That's a sensational run from Marcus Littlegram. On his teammate, he's got past Carrigal. Is he going to set it up the inside of his teammate into Brooklands? No. He holds his ground.
Louis H is
Littlegram
probably
has
having a
been-
heart attack right now.
Littlegram has been outclassed all season by his teammate. He'll be looking to put that right here today. He's only outscored him in 1. He's only, in the races that they've both finished, he's only outscored him once. Since outscored him twice.
Smith
of course,
sends it. Smith keeps it. I don't
He's got
believe
the
it.
inside of Coles. He might keep this one. He's got a better run on the exit. He's down on the outside, coming into Maggots, but he'll have the inside. No, Murray holds
Onto
it
the
now.
outside, and now
Coming into
Littlegram follows
Beckett's.
him through.
Coming into Beckett's is on the inside. Littlegram's going to follow him through here into Chapel, and the Red Bulls are now 1-2 in this race. Marcus Littlegram is into 2nd place. He's not
Murray
quite got it
overtook
done
him.
yet. But for the moment, they are 1-2.
Oh, and that's a front
Murray's
wing.
on the outside. That's a front wing gone. It's on the Ferrari. Yes, it is a
Halstead.
Ferrari. It's Sean Halstead running in the top 5.
Oh dear.
He was having a good race, but he's lost his front wing, and I think that was actually with his teammate.
Yeah, he hit into Kavusa coming into
Let's
Stowe.
have a look at this. Halstead is on the... Oh, he's hitting to Littlegram even. Littlegram lucky not to get
into
a puncture.
Stowe.
That's
This is-
unfortunate. He can't come out of the pits. He's going to have to drive another lap without the
That's now
front
got
wing.
the Mercedes side by side coming into turn 1. De Jong
Also-
sends it, gets held up. Carrigal loses a lot of
Cargill is getting
traction.
really held up here. He needs to overtake because
De
the guys in
Jong.
front absolutely bolting away. And there goes De Jong. That's a message to Rekko Rakes. And he's up into 6th position now and has cleared the roadblock.
Oh,
So has
Carrigal.
Carrigal. So has Eugene. Eugene's up into 8th position, fighting away for 7th.
There's now Zage and Teller, and it's 3 wide in this.
Look at the
Pereira.
run that Pereira's got. The 2 Force Indias side by side. Pereira's actually ahead of his teammate. Now here comes Zage down the inside of not 1 but 2 cars.
On the outside, and I think she sealed the move. Not quite
She's got
yet.
it into that's now 10th, or it would be 9th once Kubicek, sorry, Halster comes into the pits. I've been calling Halster Kubicek for a lap or 2. My bad. But now at the front, oh, Tsunami's lost the front wing.
Oh,
And this
that's a bizarre incident. What happened to... Oh dear.
Oh, McHugh's gone off and he's rejoined very terribly there. That is a... Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's a curb.
McHugh on the inside.
Oh no, he bumps
it's not
into...
the curb. He's hit the side pod of Pereira.
That's a
Very bizarre incident. I have never seen a car flip after hitting the side pod.
Oh, I think I get the explanation. Look at the front wheel. Oh,
That is a strange crash. I mean, he's flipped because of his steering input, but for the car to go airborne at all is very strange. And then,
I mean, did he have any chance though? He was on the throttle. Yeah, Shane McHugh.
Side pod damage for the Toro Rosso. So, that's Tsunami right up front wing, and I'm sure a penalty coming Shane McHugh's way.
And oh dear, look at it.
Everyone is queuing up behind. Teller trying to get past. Teller has been tellered, as you say, being held up, but he's fighting away with the Force India of Willem de Sturman, and he's managed to do it. He's got past. Michael Teller is providing us with all the entertainment here today. He's keeping 12th position. He's still in with a shot of points. But he did get points last time out at Hockenheim.
Yeah.
10th position.
And there's Aaron's. There's so many cars.
Haas is going to be heading for the pit lane. There goes the
What
Lotus.
happened to Material? Jesus Christ.
Material has had an absolutely terrible race. His teammates running in the top 5. He is down in
17th or something.
17th position. He didn't have a great
He's
qualifying.
fighting with an HRT.
What has happened to Matches Material? Is he going back to his old ways of not being able to compete at all with the guys at his level?
I mean, maybe.
Surely not, because he's had a good couple races up to this point.
This is now into Brooklyn. Murray sends it.
He's on the inside. It's the preferable line. It turns to the outside, though. He's not had a very good run. There goes
Kubusek. What?
On the inside, Smith's defended, but Kubisek's taken second place, and now Marcus Lettergom's got a run on Joseph Murray here. Richard Johnson sitting pretty in the slipstream too, and here comes Johnson now as well.
He's gonna overtake Lettergom. No, I'm wrong.
Lettergom's gone for
No,
it.
never mind.
But no, he's got a bad run, and now here comes Murray and Johnson again. Murray's got the place, Johnson's got the place, and Lettergom's down to 5th, and is under pressure behind from Taman de Jong.
Under pressure.
But now you can see the field is much more spread out now as a result of Sean Halstead's roadblock.
Jankowski's doing quite well. No, that's Alex Jones. Actually, oh dear, that's a very slow Williams.
Very slow Williams indeed of Kai Eugen, who was in the pole not too many laps ago. And we got Material making moves on the inside.
And that's a free white moment.
No, that's not going to work, and thank God that the Virgin pulled out of that one, as you would expect from their name.
Yeah.
Kai Eugen and Alex Jones are going side by side through Vale and into Club, and Eugen's going to hold that position from the K2.
Look at the Sturman though on the outside. So now the racing has calmed down a bit, and oh dear, look at this.
No, it hasn't calmed down at all. Look at the front here. Let's Johnson for the 4th position, and
there's
Johnson
Tamer de
on
Jong.
the outside and entering voice crack number 1 for those keeping track at home. I'm sure I would like
Murray tries to send it. Lettergom.
De Jong and Lettergom still side by side. De Jong's on the inside, Lettergom on the outside of the left field, and Lettergom looks like he can keep that position as he does. Lettergom holds 5th position, but yeah, I would like someone to write down on a notepad or something how many voice cracks I have in every race and tally them up, and then we'll see at the end of the season.
A lot.
I expect it to exceed 30 by the end of the season.
I expected it to exceed actually 40, but now
Kubusek has not been running this high up the grid since Brno, and he's sensing an opportunity here.
The thing about Ferrari, they leveled up to tier 1. They have a lot of pace, it's just that they're very unlucky. Both in qualifying.
You have to say they've had chances this season. Halstead and Jerez, Kubusek and Brno. It's not quite Halstead with a good result, but Kubusek really not a good result. Now he's on the inside. Smith closes the door very aggressively again, and he's holding on to this lead. And now he needs to get a move on though, because he's got not just one car, he's got 3 or 4 cars harassing him. And here comes
now he sends it. That's not gonna work.
And once again, Smith shuts the door on him, but it's round the outside and the farmers ahead.
And now Murray sends it onto the Ferrari.
He's gone for it, and now Johnson being bottled up in all this. Lettergom's gone down the inside of both of them. He's picked up a place on Johnson. He's not got the exit though, and Murray's going to have it at Aintree.
And now Johnson's going to have it, and both of the Mercedes are going to have it.
Both Mercedes also side by side. This is spectacular racing.
As now
Littlegram
Carrigal falls Littlegram through, as Johnson has no way of defending, and there's Tamer de Jong trying to pop a move, doesn't
And
quite
he's not
work.
been able to defend from Carrigal. So Carrigal's up into 5th place, Littlegram up into 4th. And it looks like Smith was able to protect his lead with a good run out of Aintree. Also, quite fortunate the guys just behind him were battling so hard through the loop.
Teller in 12th.
Still there. Just
Yeah.
Still there. That's our front wing, Dinesh Kartikeyan.
No, there is.
Oh no, he has a front wing, my bad.
It is just so black that you cannot see it. I get it.
I'm not racist, I promise.
Yeah,
I
I'm not.
the CEO of tax
Carrigal was the
evasion, but not of
fastest
racism. So, coming into Stone now, the top 4 a little bit further well, not really top 4, top 7 kind of breaking away a little bit from Toro Rosso in 8th position.
Yeah. Olivia Sage absolutely pushing the car to the limit.
Who had a torrid race in Hockenheim with a pretty special crash.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, both of the
top
Williams
corner
had very special accidents as well.
now. We haven't seen a single retirement this race yet.
Yet.
Which is good to see. Although, of course, we had McHugh spinning out and being hit into by Chitnami.
Yeah, here we go. HRT screen time. Get your phones out.
They did not pay us for this to happen.
Neither will we pay them.
So Michael Teller sitting in the slipstream of Kibiankowski. He's got Einar Ahrens in the Sauber behind him and Kai Eugen, who's somehow dropped down to 15th. That's
And that ball, yeah.
opportunistic move from
No,
Ahrens out of
Tarrants.
nowhere. Einar Ahrens is going to go around the outside of Michael Teller into 12th place. Lovely move from the Sauber, considering he was nowhere near the HRT going into Brooklands. Good stuff.
Yeah, Zaba, a strong team in Tier 3.
So Ahrens is
now
now on the
Ahrens.
back of Jankowski. That's not going to work, and now Teller's on the outside.
And Eugen, sorry.
They've both got the place on him, it seems, coming into Magnussen, Beckett and Chapel.
Yeah, but I don't think Ahrens is going to give up. He sends it.
I think Ahrens might have this one now.
Yeah,
on the
he does.
exit. Chapel's got it. Nice.
So we can
recovery.
see the Lotus of Alex Jones fighting for the field. The Lotus, they're very quiet this whole season. They haven't been doing anything, so that's nice to see them finally do something.
Mind you,
As-
Alex
oh
Jones.
dear.
Oh, he spun! Alex Jones has spun on the exit or middle exit of Stowe.
I don't think it
That
was
was
him. That was...
That was an interesting scenario there. He's very lucky he didn't get hit there.
I think that's material.
Coming into Stowe.
Oh, it
no.
is.
Oh, it's... He was already slightly unsettled after hitting the back of the other car ahead. But then, yeah, Material really sent him into the spin. I think it's
I
just
mean,
racing
he
into
clips Sturman, who doesn't even space. And
He's already
Material...
into a spin, and
Yeah.
then Material just escalates it.
Yeah, that's going to be under investigation for sure.
So now he's with his teammate Patrice Jans on the inside into Vale, I'm sure with very hot tyres, and Jans has been able to get that position. So,
Meanwhile, up the field, oh dear.
oh, Murray and Kubasek going side by side through the loop, and now into Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight, and Kubasek is trying to go back around the outside. And they're still side by side, but now Kubasek is in front. But he's got to defend this inside line, and Murray's surely going to use it.
Murray's
He
going to
does
send
that,
a
he's got
Carrigal sends onto
Carrigal.
Littigram.
Carrigal's on the inside of Marcus Littigram. Littigram holds on.
And there's
No,
Tamer de Jong
Johnson.
as well. And
Look at Richard Johnson. Littigram's held the position on Carrigal, who went really wide, and Johnson went up the inside
And de
almost
Jong.
got the place. De Jong's up into 6th, yeah. So Carrigal went from looking likely to get 4th position, he's down to 7th.
Littigram sends it onto Kubusek nearly. Deary me.
This is absolute chaos. We're on lap 10 of 24 here, almost approaching half distance in this race. We expect the pit window to open around lap 17, 18.
I said this is a damage control race for Red Bull. I'm completely wrong.
Now, I don't want to curse it.
I don't wanna
because
curse it
every
as
race I
well,
say something, I curse it. But something tells me that Smith has put the hammer down.
Yes.
Yes, Murray and Kubasek are all battling.
Oh, Carrigal.
Oh, it's an opportunity from Carrigal. Be careful, please. Reco Rick's probably just had a heart attack.
I don't think he cares.
As the two teammates almost took each other out. We're on board with the second Red Bull of Marcus Littigram.
Now on board with
Richard Johnson, the lead Renault in this race. He's trying to overtake Littigram here. Littigram a bit sideways on the exit of Village, now into the loop. Nice run from the Renault. He's not really got a threat from behind. He's sat nicely in the slipstream of the Red Bull. and he's closing and closing and closing. Is he going to send one at Brooklands? He's very far back. Littergrown with a slightly defensive line actually going through there, but no, it's worked for him. He's gone a bit wide at Luffield though, and Johnson might go down the inside here. He had a slightly better run until we got to the actual traction point where Littergrown out-tractioned him.
Again, Red Bull had the best traction.
I have cursed the race leader James Smith. He has been caught by Joseph Murray.
It's still half a second. I mean, James, you are the biggest curse man of MMS. What do you expect?
Very much now.
But now Lettergram tries to pop it down around the outside.
Very bad one. Oh, front wing! Richard Johnson's front wing is detached!
And it's a nightmare for Renault. They have just gone into Tier 1.
Championship contender Richard Johnson has thrown away big points.
Oh, and it's De Jong as well.
Oh, and De Jong has rammed into him too! Disaster for both of them.
And he doesn't pit. Oh no.
He could have pitted, come on! Look at this here. Litterground has a bad run, but no! Litterground was slightly braking on the...
yeah, but I mean, he had to brake, otherwise he would have been on the grass and he could have spun out. So
Johnson should have anticipated that. It was way too casual, and boom, there goes the front wing.
Yeah, that's completely him.
All hope for Renault. Actually, no, he could probably pit.
I mean, the pit window might be closed, so
he might not have to do another stop.
He might benefit from it, yeah.
And then De Jong just brain fart moment.
Yeah.
He's seen the front wing fly off, I'm sure.
Yeah, just brain fart. He got tethered. I mean,
Olivia Zich will now be in 6th place, provided that she isn't stupid and doesn't lose her front wing.
All I'm gonna say is that De Jong is gonna get sacked. I am calling it.
For everyone else's sake, please be careful around front wingless cars. Just please.
We just start a campaign. Watch out for front wings. Save sensor. Valiak sensor.
That is aggressive.
Teller is going to get into the points. Yes, boys.
Teller's going to be in 9th position. Once this all forms out, Valiak, that was way too close to hitting the back of De Jong. Pereira's probably going to go down the inside.
Kubica and Murray for the lead. Oh dear.
Kubica around the outside, Joseph Murray at Luffield. It's a carbon copy of what we've seen all race, and he's up into 2nd position as we see Marcus Littergrown.
Driver's eye comes back.
Visor cam, and now he's going up the inside. That's opportunistic, but that's not worked out, and Carragher's now going to be right behind him as a result of that.
And now into Maggots, Beckett's, and soon into Chapel.
This is Beckett's.
Yeah, shut. I don't circuit.
Unless my track map is being big gay.
No, it's actually right. Maggots is a complex of turns, that's why it's like messing with my head.
So,
anyways.
Through Stowe and now into the Vale chicane, Smith still leading this race from the Ferrari of Jakob Kubica with Joseph Murray championship leader in 3rd.
Valiak and Sage kind of having a battle. De Jong finally in.
Comes De Jong and big train up behind Richard Johnson, who now comes out of the pits as well.
As Jons and and Jans battling.
They're side by side through Vale and Club, and Jones has managed to come out in that battle. That is for Plum last.
Not really.
Well, Plum last are the guys who haven't been in the wars.
Maki was pitting, so pit window open.
Pitting, so welcome to the pit window.
Agnes pitting, Material, Jakowski, Teller, Pereira, Sage, Carragher, Murray, and that's it. So Murray pitting.
Lap 13 to 24, it's early.
It's early, yeah.
I mean, maybe De Jong and De Jong and Johnson will be fine, but anyone who lost their front wing before, it's unlikely they'll go to the end. And look at the straight line speed that Litterground's got coming into Cop's corner. He's held his ground on Joseph Murray here. He might be able to take 3rd place in the exit. Murray's still slightly ahead, but into Maggots now.
No, he had to back off. He's sensible.
Now into Beckett's and Chapel. Yeah.
I think Littergram got a bit of PTSD and decided to, like, not risk it this time.
Yeah, I mean, at least his front wing is still on, which you can't say for many other races this season. Well, actually, no, only 2.
Well, yeah, but still, that's like 2/5 of so far what we had. So.
Well, he's lost it in 2 races. That's quite frankly
so
too
here we
many.
go.
No pun intended.
Slowing down. A bit of a slide.
Almost spinning out. Same with Carragher.
Cha-ching.
So, the pit lane does cut the circuit, but then it's really slow all the way down here.
Yeah.
Now, the McLaren and Mercedes garages are rather far down. Here they come in now.
So let's see who will get the best pit stop already off the jacks. And it's a bit longer. Oh dear, it's long. Oh dear.
These are all quite long pit stops.
And he gets held off.
First, he's jumped Joseph Murray. Olivia Zaitch is almost jumping.
Teller is going to. Teller jumped Jankowski and Pereira.
Teller's actually got ahead of Pereira and the Williams of Kimi
So
and Koski.
Jones, Counter K, and Eugene isn't pitting. The Sturman, Aaron, Zvoniak, Littergrim, Kabuzak, and Smith all pitting.
So the race leader's coming out of the pits. It's all kicking off now.
Also, look at the minimap. That's nice.
The top three all pitting, and then you have a big gap to Mihail Valyak behind. Of course, he's not effectively the car behind them. Effectively, the car behind them would probably be Marco Carrigal, Joseph Murray. Carrigal's jumped Joseph Murray now.
Teller is harassing Halstead.
Halstead lost his front wing, remember?
Yeah.
So Halstead will have to pit again, I'm sure.
Okay.
No retirements from this race just yet. 310 kilometers an hour down to just over 200 through Stowe. And into the pits will come the Red Bull, the race leader.
And now immediately onto the brakes, slows it down.
Into the pits, slides just like everyone else.
Well, not really.
He's lost a lot of time to Kubasek actually. Look at that. Is Kubasek speeding?
No.
He's within 2/10 all of a sudden. Anyway,
I think that was because he didn't do the slide then.
So Smith now on his jacks, he's down extremely quickly. But is he going to be away? He has to win. If
Kubasek is already away. Oh dear, that's a great pit
stop.
stop.
Had a really good pit stop, and Smith is getting held up here. He's away behind Jakub Kubasek, and here comes Joseph Murray.
And here comes Evelyn Toogood.
They're miles clear.
Toogood is spitting this lap.
They're miles clearer than there's Carrigal. He's jumped Littagron. Murray's behind Littagron. So Jakub Kubasek has taken the lead of this race.
But mind you, Toogood pitting this lap, she might put a spanner in the works.
If she can hold up Kubasek, that would very much be a spanner in the works for the Ferrari. So now, advantage Jakub Kubasek. We have 10 laps
Murray
to go.
sends it.
Littlegrove's tyres maybe not quite up to temperature just yet. Here comes Murray around the outside of left field, and he takes what will be effectively 4th position. Littlegrove down into effective 5th. Toogood still has to pit, and we have one car ahead of them, Kai Eugen, in the race lead in the Williams. He still has to pit too.
Yeah, Jan's in P2, so that's yes.
This should be an easy one stop for the teams though.
Kubasek losing is not over.
He has caught Evelyn Toogood around the gap to Smith. 1.3 seconds at the start of the lap. It's down to 1 already. And they're actually catching up to the back of Patrice Jans here. This could get really interesting. So
Kubasek is trying to stay composed. There's now a bit of holding up, and now Toogood has to turn a bit.
Evelyn Toogood's gone wide, and she has to come into the pits.
Oh my god!
My goodness, that was way too close for comfort. That was extremely dangerous from Evelyn Toogood. She went round the wrong side. She didn't come in via the tarmac. She came in via the grass.
I mean, that's because basically she got like messed over here. Because by this point she has to already be turning in, but Kubasek suddenly appears. She loses the grip due to worn tyres.
Down a little bit. Look how dangerous this is, though. Let's see on board with Smith. How close was he? It wasn't actually that close, but from our angle, it looked like inches.
But now that allowed Smith look at the run he got. Oh dear.
As you said, the spanner in the works here for the Ferrari, because look who's right behind him now. James Smith, who will be looking to take the championship lead. As it stands, I think he will take the championship lead if he can get into the lead of the race. And Murray stays 4th. Of course, Murray's got Littlegrove all over the back of him.
I can quickly check the standings, as I have a voice crack, lovely.
Olivia H is in 6th place still for Toro Rosso. It wouldn't be Toro Rosso's best finish of the season. That goes to Shane McHugh at Jerez.
Yeah, P5, I believe.
In P5, but P6 is still very respectable. And she is miles clear of 7th place, and 7th place, look on the minimap, miles clear of 8th place in this race.
So James Smith is 16 points off of Murray. I don't think that's enough if he takes the lead.
No, so Murray would have to finish 6th and Smith win the race for that to be overturned. But at the moment, he will gain points on him. Of course, Murray had that really... He's had that really good run. Like he didn't score points in Bahrain, but since... Brno, he won in Brno, he won in Jerez. I believe a 4th place finish at Hockenheim, as we see Smith is now right behind Kubasek.
And he sends it on the outside.
He's going around the outside of Stowe. Is this the moment that he retakes the lead of the race? Yes, he is. He's back into the lead of the race, ahead of the Ferrari of Jakub Kubasek.
He loses a bit of ground on the curb, but
bad run through fail, and now into club. He's managed to hold it. Kubasek with a better exit though. And now
Lettergrim.
Littlegrim also have a good run. Olivia Zage is in this barrel.
Carrigal tries to send it.
Littlegrim is really close to the back of Murray here. Carrigal really close to the back of Kubasek. Is Littlegrim going to sum out the inside coming into Village? Yes, he is. He's down the inside. He punts the McLaren slightly out of the way. But here comes the
There's
Toro Rosso.
Olivia Zage. What
In
on
fifth
earth?
place, trying to take fifth place at least. Littlegrim's on the outside through Aintree and holds the place. But no slipstream, and Zage might go up the inside coming into Brooklyn.
Kubasek. Someone sends it.
Hasn't gone up the inside.
Carrigal goes wide.
Carrigal's gone wide cut a few times through that corner.
Yeah, I think the car
So-
might struggle through there. I think his car is struggling.
Here with Jakob Kubasek as well, a really good run coming out of Woodcut. On the start finish right into Cop's corner.
Doesn't
Smith
lose
with the-
much time.
Smith with a better exit. And now in the slipstream of the Red Bull Renault again. Through Maggots into Beckett and Chapel, and now onto the Hangar Straight. They'll pass under the Santander Bridge in just a second, but for the moment being, Smith is still in the lead. That's right, Willie still be in the lead as we come to the end of the lap.
Probably Kubasek sends it. Carrigal on the outside. Carrigal's got
Gives him a
it.
little bit of a tap. Carrigal's now on the outside, now on the inside. He's got past the Ferrari. Kubasek's down to third, not learning his lesson, trying to go down the inside of Smith, being a bit too aggressive and getting boggled and getting held up and losing.
And now
Place.
Murray
Carrigal
is
now
back into this
can
fight.
Smith victory. He almost got the win
Oh,
last
look
time
at
out
Murray.
Hockenheim.
Murray's about to send it on to Kubasek. He's doing
Murray
it.
trying to go around the inside of farm. He's at the inside of Village. That's a rip.
That's a
And now here
Ferris-like
comes Marcus
move.
Littlegrim. Here comes Littlegrim. This is going to be really interesting here because Murray will get the better run, but Littlegrim's still there, and now maybe will he go down the inside at Brooklyn? So we got Carrigal on the back of Smith. He goes down the inside.
And he
Marco
takes the
Carrigal,
lead.
He takes the lead of the race, and for the first time this race, Marco Carrigal leads. Littlegrim's going around the outside of Joseph Murray here and into fourth place. So while one Rebel loses a place, the other one's
And
going
now
one.
Sage is going to harass Joseph Murray, the home Grand Prix man, starting on pole down to fifth.
We are on lap 18 of 24, just 6 to go after this one.
Halstead pitting due to
Halstead has to
wing.
win again. Teller is in 12th. Johnson's recovered pretty well in
Yeah.
15th.
I couldn't say the same about Tamer de Jong. Where the hell is he?
No, De Jong, we passed him
Oh,
already.
yeah,
He's
sorry.
even better. He's actually, I think, in 11th position or something. He's actually still in the hunt
Relevant.
for points. And now, Smith and Carrigal very close together, going through Stowe. Kubasek also getting a very good run, but not able to do anything about it. And the
Still
top
very
three,
close to Carrigal.
as we saw last race, with a top three forming come the end of the race, and now Smith's had a really good run through Club and in towards on the straight, and now in towards Abbey and Farm. Is he going to send a move, or will he do it at Village? Let's
I
see.
think he's going to do it at Village. No, he's not going to do it at all.
Farm, he's really far behind coming into Village, though. I don't think he'll do it. And now into the loop.
And now
Yeah,
Aintree.
he's sitting in behind. I think he's waiting for Brooklyn. I think he's waiting for the Wellington Straight and Brooklands, because look how close behind the Mercedes he is. He's tucked in really nicely behind the rear wing. Here comes
He
the Red
sends
Bull
it.
off Smith. He goes up the inside. Carrigal tries
He's
to
gonna
close
have
the
the
door,
outside,
but he's
though.
too late. Here comes Smith on the outside, and he retakes the lead of the British Grand Prix. And now Kubasek is right behind Carrigal, go through Woodcut. But Carrigal, you saw him. He saw Smith go down the inside. He tried to immediately close the door.
Yeah,
But you
and now
can't just have a
Kubasek
driver
keeps
off
the
track like
grip
that.
in the tyres, and he's right behind Carrigal, coming into Maggots. He won't send a move. I don't think he will send a move, but he's very close, and maybe into Stowe. Not really as Littlegrim.
Smith not really be able to take his chance, and now here comes Marcus Littlegrim. The top three have been caught by the guys from 4th to 6th. Look at that gap behind to Mihail Valyak, or is that a false hit here in some now?
Yeah, that's Pereira.
It's Pereira who's got past Mihail Valyak. So Smith still leads from Cargill. We have 5 laps to go here at what has been a very entertaining British Grand Prix.
Yeah, there we go, 5 laps.
So, starting lap 20 of 24.
Fastest lap belongs to Pereira. Oh, wow.
Francesco Pereira with the fastest lap
And
of the
now
race.
Carrigal sends
And now
it on to
goes
Smith.
Carrigal down the inside at Village. He runs him out wide. Smith gets a better run though, and now into the loop. Smith is still in front of the Mercedes. And
Murray
looks to me
Murray got
like
Littlegrim,
he'll
I think.
hold that.
Zage.
Murray and Kubasek.
Zage.
Look at Olivia Zage. Zage with the run of the Toro Rosso. She might be able to take 5th here, or even 4th. No, she's on the outside. Murray goes down the inside. There's a move for the lead. Carragher's on the outside of Smith coming into Luffield. Murray on the outside of Kubasek. Carragher picks up places. Murray picks up places. And now Carragher is back into the lead of the race. Tsunami in the pits.
She lost the wings, so he lost the wings. Sorry. Oh, Carragher with an issue.
Oh, Smith up the inside of Carragher. That was very
dear.
close. Here comes Murray. Here comes Kubasek. It's my all
Here comes
Littlegroom.
here comes Zage.
He holds
Everybody.
on around the outside, but Murray's still there on the outside. Now coming into Beckers on the inside. Closes the door. Aggressive stuff from him. Littlegroom side by side with Kubasek. But Smith has really shown his true aggressive colours here in this race. Closing so many doors in so many late places. I thought that was going to end in tears. It didn't, somehow. And these guys are being caught by Francesco Pereira and Mihail Valyak, believe it or not. So
we might see a 7 to 8 way battle for the lead.
Look at them in the background there at Vale. They were so much closer this lap. Pereira especially has really put the foot down.
Yeah.
And it's caught up.
Also Valyak trying to score first points in his career.
Smith up the inside.
Oh, Smith sends
lost
it.
his front wing. That was so close. We're on board with the Red Bull. And now with the Mercedes and now the McLaren of Joseph Murray. Smith's on the outside.
But look at Murray. Murray lost so much time.
Littlegroom's got into third place ahead of Joseph Murray and he's stripped through the back.
And look at Kubasek in the
here.
background as well.
This is extraordinary.
And now Littlegroom sends it on to Carragher.
Littlegroom's going for the inside. This is for making our Red Bull 1-2. Littlegroom's on the outside.
And we're going to have a second Red Bull 1-2 of the season, as if you remember.
Murray is
Red
into
Bull.
third as well. Carragher goes from the lead to fourth.
Red Bull got a 1-2 in round 1. They're going for another one. There's now Kubasek.
Now, if Littlegroom's smart here, will he go for it, or will he protect his teammate and protect the 1-2 for the team?
I think he should protect the teammate. I think he should protect the 1-2.
I think it's Marcus Littlegroom. I think he's going to go for the race win here. He's certainly not backing it down. He's in the
now
position of his
Zage
teammate.
is under attack by
and Francesco
Pereira.
Pereira has caught up to Olivia Zage, so is Mihail Valyak. Pereira's up the inside.
Oh no!
Oh no! Off there goes the front wing of
I cursed
Mihail
it.
Valyak.
I cursed it.
With just 3 laps to go after this one, Mihail Valyak
I
is
cursed
going
it.
to throw away points.
I don't believe it. Teller's gonna score points.
Teller's gonna score points, but he's got 2 Renaults right behind him.
Littlegroom right behind Smith. As you said, he might go for the lead.
Littlegroom, he's very late on the brakes at Village. Up a little bit, now into and on a little blast towards entry, now onto the Wellington Straight. He's tucked in underneath the rear wing of his teammate, who's going slightly defensive, but I think Littlegroom's going to go down the inside here.
No, he's keeping it.
No, he stays on the outside.
No, now he goes to the outside.
Now he's on the outside of Luffield, but that's not preferable. He's
not really. He gained time. He gained time.
He hardly gained a smidgen. And now, coming into Cops.
They're side by side. Oh no.
Oh, he's got the inside, and now he's had a bad run, and here comes Joseph on the inside of Maggots. Is Littlegroom going to be able to hold on to this one?
Yes, he closes the door.
He is. And that allows Smith to have a little bit more breathing space.
Kubasek tries to send it on to Carragher as they exit Chapel. Oh dear.
Onto the hangar straight. Taman Dion, fair play to him. He's currently running in 8th position, having lost his front wing. It's been a very strong recovery drive. Of course, he lost about 10 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, the Red Bulls, they formed sort of like the Great Wall of energy drinks, trying not to let Murray pass them.
The Great Wall of Sugar.
Yes.
2 laps to go here at the British
Murray might send it.
Prix. We've been treated to an absolute spectacle here, and now Littlegroom and Murray are very close together. Murray's going up the inside of the loop.
It's not gonna benefit him at all.
But Littlegroom has a slipstream from his teammate, but not a very good
one.
Oh dear. Here goes Carragher. What's a run from Carragher and Kubasek, or should I say, what a terrible run from Marcus Littlegroom.
Littlegroom's gearbox jammed. You could have seen on the speedometer, he couldn't shift up.
Littlegroom has lost not just second, he's lost a podium, and he's allowed to lose 4.
He's down to
5th. And now he might be down to 6th. It's Burno all over again. And he's being overtaken by Olivia Sage. What on earth has gone on? Has his gearbox given up the ghost? He's down to 5th.
On the radio we have so much bleeping we cannot even show it.
Littlegroom is down to 5th place for one mistake, or maybe the gearbox just jammed. I don't know, but the
Yeah,
car
he
it
got-
didn't shift up in the. It stayed in,
In
max
fourth.
RPM in fourth.
Yeah,
exactly,
he
not
got
up to
stuck in
fifth.
4th, and oh dear.
Of course, staying in high RPMs is exactly not just how to drain your fuel, also how to kill your gearbox. He's still in the hunt for a podium, but it looks as unlikely as a pineapple landing on the moon by itself.
As no, Teller will not
Teller's
score
out the points. He
points.
won't
What have
score
you done,
points,
Material?
Material.
Okay, would you wait? Material might get a. Is that the race where he spun someone out? Because
No, he's just been in a. Has just had a very.
no.
Quite
Jones. Is this the race where he spun out Jones?
It could be a penalty coming his way. It could be. I personally don't think it should be.
I
but
mean,
it
yeah,
might be.
it was more of a racing incident, but still. And
But
Teller
if you look
is.
on the minimap, Smith has been able to defend through Brooklands and Luffield,
Yeah.
and now
He's
he is on.
on face, but Littlegrum.
It's not over just yet. Marcus Littlegro is absolutely. He'll be absolutely fuming in that cockpit. He will want this podium so bad, especially he started quite down.
In
quite far down the grid.
9th, I think, or 10th.
Poleman Joseph Murray is in 4th. Once he's gonna take another 4th place finish, it seems.
Yeah.
So through.
Oh, look at the
Magnus
long
made it to
Littlegrum
chapel
got.
for the
Oh
last
my god,
time.
Littlegrum's done it.
Littlegro's got past Joseph Murray. He's done in the chapel. How has he done that then? And now here comes Olivia's H up into Stowe on the inside of Joseph Murray. I didn't see Murray get overtaken there. He's place. And now at the front, James Smith here.
Look at
Still
this.
leading up the race. How about this from Marcus Littlegro? What a run through Beckett's and through Chapel. Sensational. It's not quite enough for a podium. Joseph Murray cannot believe it. His championship
Oh,
lead.
his gearbox jammed as well.
His championship lead will be down to just 1 point because now coming through Vale for the final time is the Red Bull of James Smith, who's driven supremely well here. He's held on for the win as he rounds Club Corner. James Smith wins a hectic British Grand Prix here at Silverstone from Jakob Kubicek second in the Ferrari.
Marco
And we
Carragher,
have
another
three-
podium.
We have 3 different teams in the top 3. Marco Carragher's second podium in a row. Good
Murray
drive
in
from him.
5th, sorry,
Championship leader
Littlegrum.
Murray, his lead is down to 1 solitary point. It has absolutely vaporised in the last 2 races.
Zage P6. Taylor de Jong in 7th. Francesco Pereira 8th. Kubiankowski 9th. Material 10th. Teller 11th.
Teller in 11th.
Aaron's did quite well.
Richard Johnson will be very disappointed. He was
Yeah.
running in the top 5.
The Sturm, and then we have McHugh, Agnes, Counterkin, Eugen, Jans, Jones, Halstead, Valniak, and Chinami. And Evelyn Togut.
Good recovery drive from McHugh, to be honest.
And fastest lap goes to Halstead.
Well, 126.2.
2 seconds faster than Smith, but mind you, Smith was in constant battle.
Smith was in. That was a very slow last lap, a whole second slower than Kubicek, but he was just trying to control the race.
The
And his
driver's
first
eye.
win, Red Bull's first win since Bahrain, the season opener,
Yeah.
and he is very much a championship contender now. What a drive!
Yeah,
Good
what a
from Jakob
drive indeed.
Kubicek too. To be fair to him, he had a great race as well.
Driver of the day?
I'd like to. It was definitely going to be Francesco Pereira, but his pace dropped off in the last couple laps.
I mean, I don't blame him. He's in the Force India. Force India being kind of a good car, but it's not enough. There's not enough upgrades because they have very low funds. They cannot really upgrade, can they? But still.
De Jong, very good recovery driver because he had the benefit of clean air and being in a tier 1 car. He was able to catch up to the lead
Tier
group
2.
quickly because they were. Sorry, tier 2, because they were battling away constantly. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'd probably say Olivia's H because that Toro Rosso doesn't belong in the top 6.
Yeah, I mean, Zeta got lucky with likes of Holstead and the Renaults and Evan too good question, but that's racing, you know. You cannot.
But still, only
Yeah.
2.1 off the eventual race lead.
And she was in contention before, so yeah, there's that.
And after a lot of criticism from her mistake in Hockenheim, but she's very silenced those
Yeah.
critics today, I think.
Like, Maki has been smashing her so far this season, but then there is Olivia Zayich scoring solid 8 points to the Toro Rosso tally. Micah Teller, unlucky in my opinion, but still, 11th.
That's it then. That's a wrap for the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. That was one of the better races
Yeah.
this season. Of course, Jerez and Brno not quite up there, but that we saw some very nice racing here. So that will be it for this week. Join us next week. Where are we headed to next week?
Next week we're heading to the land of baguettes and croissants, aka the French Grand Prix on the Marcincourt circuit.
Circuit de Nevers-Magny-Cours. It will be quite an interesting race. We saw in season 1 it was rather interesting. Let's
Yeah.
hope for some more excellent battling. But for now, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Remember to be safe on the roads, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelt, and just have fun. See you next time in France. Bye bye.